May 2026. Wall Street noticed something unusual. Not because another chatbot got smarter, not because a new AI image model went viral, but because financial infrastructure stocks suddenly reacted. Within hours of Anthropic announcing its financial AI agent platform, shares of FactSet fell sharply. Not Goldman Sachs, not JP Morgan, FactSet. That distinction matters, because the market was not reacting to the death of finance jobs. It was reacting to something deeper, a fear that the foundation of financial information itself may be starting to shift. And for Wall Street, that's a serious signal, because modern finance is built on information advantage. Who gets information first? Who processes it faster? Who turns it into decisions more efficiently? For decades, that advantage created enormous businesses, Bloomberg terminals, financial databases, research platforms, market intelligence systems. Entire industries were built around organizing information flows. But AI agents may change the interface itself, and once the interface changes, the value chain often changes with it. Before AI agents entered finance, much of Wall Street still depended on enormous amounts of manual labor. A first-year investment banking analyst at a major bank might spend an entire night adjusting PowerPoint slides before a client presentation. Another analyst might spend 6 hours organizing comparable company data. A research associate might spend an entire weekend summarizing earnings calls. A private equity associate might spend days reviewing filings before an investment committee meeting. From the outside, modern finance looks highly sophisticated, but internally, huge portions of the industry still depend on repetitive coordination work, formatting, cross-checking numbers, searching filings, updating Excel models, preparing presentations. This is why AI agents matter. Because AI is not simply replacing isolated tasks, it is compressing entire workflows. An AI system that can read filings, extract numbers, compare historical reports, summarize earnings, commentary, generate charts, and prepare draft presentations changes the economics of labor itself. And in finance, time matters. A faster workflow creates informational advantages, and the informational advantages create money. For decades, Wall Street firms competed by hiring larger analyst teams and paying enormous salaries for information processing capability. Now, the industry is starting to ask a different question. What happens if software itself becomes the analyst? For financial services is not just another chatbot. It's an entire workflow architecture. Anthropic introduced multiple specialized AI agents designed for different financial tasks. Some agents focus on earnings analysis. Others organize investment research. Others monitor compliance. Others summarize meetings and filings. But the most important part may not be the agents themselves. It's the infrastructure behind them. The system is designed to connect directly into enterprise workflows and financial databases. And that changes the equation entirely. Because historically, companies like Bloomberg and FactSet became powerful by controlling the interface between people and the information. But what happens when the interface itself becomes AI? That's the real question. Markets noticed immediately, because investors understand something important. Infrastructure transitions are rarely obvious at the beginning. The internet did not destroy newspapers overnight. Cloud computing did not replace enterprise servers overnight. But over time, infrastructure shifts reorganize entire industries. And Wall Street knows this. For years, firms like Bloomberg and FactSet built enormous businesses around organizing financial information. Their value came from proprietary databases, workflow integration, research organization, financial search capability, and user dependency. But AI agents may change user behavior itself. If AI can automatically gather the data, organize the workflow, summarize the conclusions, and generate outputs, then users may spend less time inside traditional financial software environments. That does not mean Bloomberg disappears. In fact, Bloomberg may become even stronger because of its data advantage, but it does mean the value chain may start shifting. And markets are forward-looking. Investors were not reacting to current earnings. They were reacting to future positioning. That's why this matters, because Wall Street often prices structural change before the broader public fully understands what is happening. For decades, financial institutions relied on a very specific labor structure. A small number of senior decision-makers at the top, a massive pyramid of junior workers underneath. The system worked because information processing required human labor. Thousands of analysts, associates, researchers, compliance reviewers, risk managers, but AI agents may compress the bottom half of that pyramid. Tasks that previously required 5 junior analysts may eventually require 1 experienced operator supervising AI systems. That changes hiring, training, promotion structures, and eventually compensation. This may explain why so many financial firms are simultaneously excited and nervous about AI, because productivity gains are real, but labor disruption may also become real. And historically, whenever technology changes labor economics, industries reorganize themselves around the new cost structure. Finance may not be different. Meanwhile, major investment banks barely moved. And that distinction matters too, because the highest value layer of finance was never raw information. It was judgment, relationships, negotiation, trust, capital allocation under uncertainty. A senior investment banker is not valuable because they know how to update spreadsheets. They are valuable because they understand people. They understand the incentives. They understand timing. And they understand the risk. AI agents may automate larger portions of junior financial work, but they may also make elite financial institutions even more powerful. Because experienced teams could potentially scale much faster with fewer junior analysts, and that may completely reshape the traditional labor pyramid of Wall Street. For decades, the financial industry depended on large numbers of junior workers doing repetitive analytical tasks. AI may compress that entire structure, which creates another uncomfortable question. If the bottom layer shrinks, how does Wall Street train the next generation of talent?
This is not just software automation. This is delegation. For decades, financial firms built software tools for the human workers. Now, the industry is experimenting with digital workers themselves. And over time, whenever technology changes labor structures, some of industries reorganize. Factories change the manufacturing, computers change the offices, the internet changed the media, and the AI agent may now change knowledge work itself. That's why this moment is important. The winners may not simply be the companies with the smartest models, and they may be the companies deeply integrated into real workflows. Because in finance, distribution and trust are important as much as intelligence. And that's where the story becomes even more interesting, because Wall Street isn't the only one feeling it. While American firms are building AI agents for financial workflows, China's financial technology ecosystem may already have structural advantages that many Western investors still underestimate. And that's where the second part of this story begins. Thank you for watching this video. I will see you in the next episode.